Hey there, Johnny Daniel, your Stampin' Up! Independent Demonstrator. It is 7 o'clock on Wednesday, and I just saw a, hey, reconnecting signal, and I was like, no, not already. So we're gonna see if everything holds out tonight. We've had some thunderstorms this afternoon, so we shall see. And it'll be okay either way. So, all right, so for tonight, a couple things. Tonight is the last night for the weekly deals. So if you were intending to order from them, don't wait. Don't wait, don't wait. Because about 11 o'clock tonight, it shuts off at midnight Mountain Time. Okay? So don't wait. What else is finishing? Because it's towards the end of the month. Hey, Pam. So Weekly Deals is finishing tonight. Let's see. If you are wanting to do the October class, I should go get it. Hold on a second. If you are wanting to do the October class, the deadline for the free just pay shipping if you order $20 or more, or the stamp set that goes with it, which is the soft seedlings. You get to make a lip balm favor box. And then these guys, I gotta pull out of the package, so give me just a second. It'll take me just a second. So, heard that before, huh? So this guy, this is a belly banded. My goodness, don't they know it's 7 o'clock on Wednesday? It's spam. It's spam. I got one more ring and then it'll shut off. So I'm going to take the belly band off. Okay? And then we're left with this guy. And then this opens up like this. And then this opens up like this. If you're wondering, this is the gingham cottage paper. And then you have a gift card pocket in there. So cute, right? Please say yes. So, let's see if I can get this back on. There we go. So, yay. And last but not least, this is my favorite out of the bunch. Hey, Lise, how are you? Just going over the October class, honey. And doing reminders on what's going on. So, hopefully this still works after being mushed a little. It'll be okay, right? Okay. So, normal card, right? Then we do this, and we pull, and we go like this. This is called the tab slider card. So, that is the October class. So if you have ordered on the appropriate code, $20 or more, or the equivalent soft seedlings stamp set, you can get the class for free. Just pay shipping. If you're on my team and have ordered from the 16th until now, send me your, and you want the class, send me your order number, your CSV, your, which is the product total before shipping and tax, and the date of the order, and we will get that going for you. So that is the class so far. Hey, Pen. And then club finishes on Friday. So if you want flat jingle bells, then you need to do the class, or you need to order for club, sorry. And let's see, I should show you what we're doing tonight, right? So we are making this really cool tunnel card because it's got kind of a tunnel to it. So should I flip you around, get you to going? So, Pam, you'll have to excuse me, which cards, honey? The tunnel card or the October cards? So if it's for the class, email me if you've done an order, $20 or more, product total, the order number, and the date of it. If you have not done an order and just want the class, let me know that as well. I believe it's $10 for team. So mailed, done, videos, instructions, all kinds of stuff. So, okay? So let me know either way. But for tonight, we're going to be doing this cool tunnel card. Yes, that's what it's called. Okay? So I'm going to flip you around, and as I'm flipping you around, I'm not going to cover as much. No, I don't want you to get seasick, but I do want to show you what the materials are for this week's live. I'm going to be sending, excuse me, I'm going to be sending the equivalent of the materials to make 2 sets of cards for this, okay? So that's why it's 10, but we're going to get to going. So hold on a second. Hold on. And let's see here. Now I'm going to flip. I'm going to get this. I am. So here's all the materials, if you are wondering, with our, of course, our great red envelope right there. But this is 2 sets of everything. So, kind of cool. All right, now I'm going to put you in the holder, so I'm going to cover, because I don't want you to get seasick. So, all right. So for tonight, we are making this tunnel card. So, I've got a lot of stuff up here. Whew, a lot. So, let's see here. All right, so for tonight, the only thing you need is matching ink. You need, obviously, Stampin' Seal, and you need a scissors, and you need some kind of words to go in it. That's it, okay? So if you want more details, go to stampingwithjohnny.com and do the Facebook Lives Materials tab under orders, or ordering rather, okay? So I gotta get this die cut machine out of the way. Sorry guys, it's a little too bulky. I was having trouble. All right, so I got my pile here. Cajun Craze is the ink of choice. Are we set? Are we ready? This normally comes in a 12 by 12, but obviously I've been cutting and doing, so, you know. So to start off with, we have a thick white card base, card stock, and this is cut at 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. Okay, so we're gonna set that to the side. Now we're gonna cut our front first, because this is the easy part, right? And then we're gonna cut our inside. Okay, it's not as hard as it looks, I promise. Okay, so I've already cut this because I wanted to make sure I had enough left to be able to do the project. So this should be 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Yay. Okay, so now we're going to cut our crushed curry, and our crushed curry is going to be at 5 by 3 3/4. All right, so I gotta ask you, while I'm cutting and doing, what am I gonna ask you? What was for dinner? Why is that? Because I get asked that every single morning, and I've actually gotten to the point, at least when Tara was home, oh my gosh, Mom, what's for dinner? So now, with Joel, I walk in and I'm like, so what do you want for dinner? Right? And he's like, I don't know, I haven't even had breakfast yet. So, it's the question of the day. So tonight I made roast beef sliders, and I found a copycat recipe for the Arby's sauce. So that is what we had tonight for supper. All right, so I've got my stuff here. Yay. Okay, so now I gotta do I'll cut the little banner when I have all the scratch stuff done. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my middles, okay? So now what I have to do, that is going to be my behind, and then this is going to be my front, okay? So what I'm going to do is not lose my front. I almost did. I almost put it in the stack, okay? Now, one thing to note, I have cut this all the exact same, okay? But if you want a tiny bit of a mat around, don't cut it at 5.5 by 8.5. Cut it at like, what, 5 3/8 by 8 3/8, you know, just like 2 clicks down, right? I wouldn't go much more than that because you don't want that big white frame. But if you want to adjust a little bit, so if you miss a little, you know, that's what you can do. So let's see here. There we go. Okay. So what I'm going to do is pull my arm out here. So some of the vocabulary we have as crafters, right? Pull the arm out like the stuff in real life wouldn't go, right? So this is 5.5 by 8.5. So I've already cut this to size, and then we're going to score at 4 1/4. So that fits in our card base, okay? So that's where that's going to go. So that is going to fit right down in there, okay? The only reason that we have the card base, for one, so we have a card front, but for two, so it's heavy enough that it doesn't feel really flimsy, okay? That's the main reason why. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is grab here, and I'm gonna, if this is directional, pay attention. This is really not, but if you have paper that is, you need to pay attention to that. So we're gonna cut this at 8.5, cut, not score, almost, right? 8.5 by 5.5, which is that same size. Like I said before, if you want to go like a click down, smaller, you can do that. But, you know, it is what it is, right? All right, so now instead of scoring at 4 1/4, we're also going to, score at 2 1/8. So does everybody know what an 1/8 is? I hope so. So this would be 3.5, this would be 3 1/4, and then half of that, so 2 clicks in, that would be an 1/8, okay? So let's see, 2 1/8, okay? And then we're gonna go 4 1/4, so we get our halfway point, okay? Now we're gonna go 6 3/8. So that's kind of in this nebulous region, so 4/8 or half would be there, so it's 2 clicks down, so I'm assuming it's kind of right there. If you need to be exact, mark it off and we'll figure it out. But in the meantime, right? So, okay. So now I'm gonna grab my crushed curry again. And we're gonna cut this. Hopefully this section is not big enough. Okay, moving on. So I'm looking for a piece, the pillars, these guys here. This is what I'm calling a pillar. You can also call it a banner, but this is 2 by 5 3/8. So remember, if you've scrunched your middle down, you need to scrunch this down also, but we didn't, so it's okay. So this is 5 3/8. And now I can remember 2 inches. I can do this. 5 3/8 I cannot remember. But I can remember 2. But I have to do it twice because I have both sides. Okay, so there we go. And then I'm gonna grab here and I'm just going to cut a little piece, just under 1 inch. This is gonna be my banner for up front, okay? Or pennant, whatever you wanna call that. You guys call it a pennant or a banner? I don't know. Depends on what I'm talking about, I guess. So, all right, so let's find the card base again, shall we? Okay. And then I have this little piece. This is going to be for my cutouts, okay? So, first and foremost, we're going to fold this, okay? And we're going to tack this down in here, right? Because really, your card was supposed to be this. And I'm like, no, that's way too thin. So we're going to glue this down in here, okay? That's the why. So I'm doing one side at a time because I don't want to deal with multiple stickies. And here's the reason why. I can line up these corners over here without any glue. Kind of cool, right? So I can mess around all I want over here. If I could get it to line up at all, that would be amazing. And then I can set it down right in that crease and then glue it. And I still went crooked, but you understand, right? And then this, I can do like this and go right to the edge here and just close this down. And then let's hope and pray I did it the correct way, huh? So there's my inner, okay? Kind of cool. At least in theory, right? So now I'm gonna grab my die cutting machine because in order to have a tunnel, we have to have a hole, right? So you can do this several different ways. You can grab your paper trimmer and just cut like a 3-inch square. You can grab a rectangle, you can grab a die. Tonight, I am grabbing a scalloped circle die, okay? So I'm grabbing my base, I'm grabbing my adapter plate, I'm grabbing my very well loved cutting plates. All right, now I don't want to fold this, but I can see the scoring line so much better on this side, and I want this to be centered with that middle one. So let's see here. Can I see it? Not really. Okay. The shadows are just perfect. So I've folded it just a hair, but not by much. And I just want that halfway centered. If you need to measure and do a crosshairs, you can do that because that's going to cut out. But it's up to you on what you do, right? So we're going to get this moving. All right. And then this, in theory, should be just perfect, right? So, all right. So this can be used. Now, you got to realize there's a score line down the middle of this, but this can be used for a label, punch, whatever you want, okay? It's up to you on what you do with it. Or don't do anything with it. It's really for you to decide. So, all right, so now what I'm going to do is realign. Sorry about that. Got a little bit helter-skelter, you know? So our middle one is the pop-out one. So whatever color you want, so if you want the yellow, now to me there's too much yellow if you do the background here in the crushed curry. So I'm going to go opposite, which means I need to flip around, and I'm going to fold so this comes up because I want this to pop out at me, right? So this is going to get folded technically down, but you understand what I'm saying. You want it to pop up, okay? And then these guys are going to get folded like this. So you're going to go opposite, basically. So the middle needs to pop up and the other two need to come down. So you've got a nice W shape, okay? So that's what we have so far. Yay! Now, if you're a fan of liquid glue, that comes in handy right about now. But I'm really not. So I'm doing this the old-fashioned way. I'm going to smush it in here like this. And then I'm going to open this up. And I'm going to put my finger there. Yes, this is how I am doing it. If my glue will roll. So I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna mash. Okay. And I'm gonna flip over and I'm going to glue, hopefully on that top piece. And I'm going to mash. And then in theory, it should be just perfect. You can measure, you can make it as hard as you want, but I'm not up for that. So, all right, so my left-hand side, I'm not doing any stamping on, so I'm comfortable with just gluing this on because I'm going to be doing cutouts and whatnot. If you want to emboss it, if you want to stamp on it, you can do pretty much anything you want, but I'm just telling you what's going on, okay? So if you want this to cover the seam, you can do that. If you want it to cover just your mat, it's actually designed to set right down in there, okay? But you can move it over, you can do whatever you want, okay? Do you see the theme tonight? Do whatever you want. So, all right, so now I'm trying to figure out, okay. I'm like, where did my stamps go? Well, my stamps went right in front of me, so yeah. Okay, so I did happy birthday and congratulations before. So I think I'm going to do happy birthday on the front, but I think I'm going to do, these are the moments we'll look back with joy. I think that's what I'm going to do. These are the moments. My creaky chair. So I'm grabbing here. So these are the moments that I look back with joy. And it's funny, as Tara has gotten older, my daughter, that's definitely true. Because I remember as a young mom with a young kid going, I'm exhausted. Do not know how this is enjoyable. And now that I look back at it, I'm going, well, those were good days. Because I'm not like, Mom, I have a flat tire. Mom, I have this going on. Mom, I'm interviewing for a job, you know? So it's definitely, it was a harder but easier time. Now it's mentally harder. But physically back then it was insane. But, you know, every single thing has their trade-offs, right? So, don't know. Did I get my finger? No. I know, right? So now I'm going to angle this guy. If you need to measure, you go right on ahead. But you know me already. I'm an eyeballer. And I'm surprised most of my stuff is straight. I will be honest with you with that. Most of the time I'm like, huh, I'm really impressed that that's straight. So, it's okay. It's just kind of what I do. And I guess after a lot of years of doing it, I guess I've guessed wrong enough that it finally is coming together. But, all right. So that is the tunnel. Now I gotta finish on this side, right? So we're gonna pick which flower we want. And let's see. I don't know. They're all kind of intertwined. So should we do this one? Should we do this one? I like it when they're a little longer. So let's do this bunch. So I'm just coming through. I'm leaving a tiny bit of white space, which in this case is black space because the background is black. But I'm going to wiggle through here. And I'm going to get my, are these dahlias? I think so, right? So many flower things. I'm going to learn them all. I really am. It might take a very long time, but I'm going to. So I'm not sure if that's a dahlia or what exactly that is. But, all right, so I'm gonna grab here And we're going to trim, trim, trim. Can't quite see the flower there, but that is okay. And then I'm going to cut the butterfly off and cut that out separately. If you're wondering, these are a little more rounded instead of pointy. So we're going to continue with that kind of theme. And let's see here. Okay, so that's my piece for there. And then we're gonna cut this guy out really quick. No, there's not dies for this. That's why I'm doing it this way, but that's okay. Ooh, that's a little close, but it's still okay. Okay, almost done. Okay. So now I'm gonna grab a mini dimensional for my butterfly. I'm gonna put one on each side of the wing because I want it to look kind of puffed up, like it's flying, right? So then I'm gonna grab my borders here. Now, don't throw away your dimensionals when you think they're done. Make sure to use the borders too, okay? Everything works. And that's gonna go on the back of my happy birthday here. Perfect. And then this I'm just gonna glue down straight. And we're just gonna grab here. Went over a little. That's okay. Looks like a dahlia. Yeah, that's what I thought too. So I'm gonna stick this down and over because since it's kind of cut that way, I want it to look like it should be that way. Then we're going to peel both of these little guys off. If you have problems peeling them, stick your thumbnail in the middle, right? This way, I think this way. So there's our middle. And then our front is going to be right here. So happy birthday. These are the moments we'll look back with joy, on with joy. And that is our tunnel card. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Do you like it? Do you like it? I like these flowers better with the edge like that. That's the main difference that I did. That and this was out a little further. I didn't line that up as well as this time. So if you have a little bit hanging out like I do, grab your trimmer, grab your scissors, and just run it along here. And it'll fix it. Nobody will ever know. Right? All fixed. Except for that one little part. Okay, all fixed. So there you go. That's your way to make it work. So if you guys, obviously you have the instructions, but if you want the materials for two of these, then you can either pay online or just ask me and I'll invoice you. And the deadline for that is Saturday night and they mail out on Monday. So thanks again for joining me. Follow me, stampingwithjohnny.com, and I hope you enjoyed this a little bit more advanced card. Join me next week as we'll be doing something different. Thanks again. Bye-bye.